Today we're going to take a look at the Opti-Brite LED Work Light. This is going to be a flood beam design with 1,492 lumens, a black aluminum housing, and a square design. Now this is going to be a great, bright, wide flood beam for any kind of workplace use, if it's agricultural, industrial, or recreational applications. The nice thing about this lens is that it's going to have a contour design, so it gives you a very bright, wide flood of light. If I turn out the lights in the studio here, might be able to get a little better idea of just how bright it's going to be. I'm pulling it back maybe 2-3 feet away from the table there, and it's still going to be a very nice bright light. So as you can see, it casts a pretty wide band of light. So this is going to be great for a lot of different applications. Turn our lights off here. That housing on the front, it's going to have that angled design, and that's what allows it to have that 140-degree flood area. And then our housing is going to be made of a durable black powder coat die cast aluminum. So it's going to be very durable and also rust proof. The lens is going to be made of a polycarbonate, so it's also going to be impact resistant. And the whole thing is going to be IP69K rated. So basically that means that it's going to be impervious to any dust getting in there and causing any issues, but it's also going to be weather resistant. We don't have to worry about any kind of storms, snow, ice getting in and causing any issues with our light. It's going to be able to withstand really severe environmental conditions, and any cleaning methods, if we want to power wash this off, should be just fine. Especially if you have this mounted on an off-roading truck or maybe an ATV or something like that, you should be fine just hosing it off and nothing is going to happen to your light. Along with that durable construction in the back, you'll see we'll have these fins. This is going to allow the heat that's built up by the lights themselves to be dissipated out. So that helps our LEDs to last even longer. LEDs are going to last a long time in general, since they're going to be much more efficient than our traditional incandescent bulbs. And they typically last about 50 times longer than your incandescents, and they also are more efficient, so they provide a brighter light with less power output. And one thing that I really like with this is that you never have to worry about changing any bulbs with LEDs. There's no bulbs to change, no filaments that can break, so there's really no maintenance required with this light. It also has a durable surface mount technology with those LEDs, so it's better able to withstand any shocks and vibrations. So especially if we're going to, again, be using this in an outdoor application or a recreational application where we're going to be bumping over rocky terrain, anything like that, you don't want that to cause any damage to your light. So that SMT, surface mount technology, is going to greatly improve the overall durability of our LEDs. We'll have our 2 wires at the back. Black wire for power, white wire for ground. This is going to be compatible with both 12-volt DC and 24-volt DC systems. It's pretty simple to install. Again, we'll just connect our 2 wires to power and ground, and then we'll have our bracket there at the bottom. It does come with the hardware and this bracket, and then we'll have a carriage bolt to slide down through there. You'll probably actually have to mount the bracket first to get that installed, since as you can see we can't really get our bolt in that slot whenever it's mounted on the light, but that will fit in there with that little square carriage bolt design. It fits in the square hole over our bracket, and then we'll have our spring washer or lock washer and our lock nut to attach that to anywhere we want to mount this up. And then we'll also have 10 inches of length for that wire lead. Those wires are going to be 14 gauge. And our effective lumen output for this light is going to be that 1,492 lumen number that I gave you at the start. The raw lumen output is going to be 2,160 lumens. Basically, the difference between those numbers is that higher number, the raw lumen output, that's what the LEDs are rated for with no lens in place, just their raw power. That's going to be that 2,160 lumen rating. But with the lens in place, and the actual more realistic number is going to be that 1,492 lumens. So effective lumen output is going to be the number that you're more concerned with there. As you can see, we'll have our 9 diodes. The overall dimensions of our light, it's going to be 5 inches wide, and then with our bracket in place, it's going to be about 5 13/16 tall, and then from the front to the back, it'll be about 2 1/4 inches deep. The light face itself will be 5 3/8 inches tall, and then 5 inches wide. The power draw with this at 12.8 volts is going to be 1.48 amps. At 24 volts, it'll be 0.7 amps. There's also a lifetime warranty on the LEDs from Opti-Brite, or from Optronics. And that's going to do it for our look at the Opti-Brite LED Work Light with a flood beam design in black aluminum and a square lens.